Ahsoka Tano is one of the most prolific Jedi of her time. Her acts during and after the Clone Wars brought hope to the survivors of Order 66 and struck a sense of anxiety and nervousness in the hearts of the Sith. Today we are opening up the Jedi archives and going over 7 facts about Ahsoka that you definitely don't know, starting with her first name. In 2008, George Lucas and Dave Filoni were putting the finishing touches on the Clone Wars animated film. This film was going to kick off a series that put the titular characters on the back burner in favor of a deeper story with more characters. With this in mind, George Lucas co-created a character named Ashla, which translated to the light side of the Force. But after thinking on the name, Lucas eventually shifted her name to Ahsoka, but kept the meaning of Ashla the same. Ahsoka was named after Ahsoka the Great, the Indian emperor of the Maurya dynasty, and decided that she would be Anakin's apprentice. But while being the apprentice to the individual that would eventually become Darth Vader is certainly a major piece of information, Ahsoka's lightsabers are something to note as well. Unlike traditional saber colors like blue, green, and red, Ahsoka wields 2 white lightsabers, which no other Jedi in canon possesses. During the events of Order 66, Ahsoka had to leave her lightsabers behind in order to evade the incoming clones that were tracking her. But while evading her attackers, Ahsoka was called out by new Kyber Crystals themselves. After tracing these crystals to their source, she encountered and fought the 6th brother, a dark side Force user. She swiftly defeated the 6th brother and learned that the Kyber Crystals in the 6th brother's lightsaber were actually the ones she was being called out by. Whereas a Sith would bleed their Kyber Crystals to give them their red color, Ahsoka used her power with the light side of the Force to purify those crystals, turning them white. Along with her unique lightsabers, as a Togruta, Ahsoka also has a unique feature that many are unaware of. From entrails, the cone-shaped horns that grew on her head have the ability to echolocate their surroundings, and they can do this at a significant distance too, reaching around 82 feet or 25 meters, depending on what part of the galaxy you're in. These different abilities actually helped her in many ways, assisting some individuals we are very familiar with. In Season 3 of the Clone Wars animated series, there's an episode titled Wookiee Hunt, where Ahsoka and her youngling allies are evading a group of Trandoshan hunters. When they hop into a ship to escape, they find a lone Wookiee in a cage that they help free. That Wookiee is none other than Chewbacca, so Ahsoka directly helped Chewie to live on and appear in the original trilogy timeline. But just as Ahsoka was always willing to help those in need, she also found herself in situations that required drastic interventions from others for her to make it out alive. When accompanying Anakin and Obi-Wan on a mission, they stumbled upon Mortis, a planet rich in the Force. There they encountered the daughter and the son, who were living embodiments of the light side and the dark side of the Force respectively. The son was trying to break away from Mortis, but was held back by the dagger of Mortis, which could control the daughter and the son, keeping them tamed and in balance. In an attempt to steal the dagger, the son possessed Ahsoka and had her get the dagger for him. Seeing no other use, he took her entire life force away, leaving her completely lifeless. As Anakin begs for her to be saved, the daughter puts the last bit of her life energy into Ahsoka, killing herself but bringing Ahsoka back to life. Since that time, a female convor named Morai can be seen following Ahsoka. Morai is said to be the reincarnation of the daughter that watches over Ahsoka. Being the new embodiment of the light side, Ahsoka is highly tuned to the Force. She is one of the few individuals that have been known to deactivate an opponent's lightsaber with the Force. During a chaotic duel with the 7th sister, Ahsoka uses the Force to deactivate the 7th sister's lightsaber, giving her a massive window to overtake the sister. The only other characters we have seen deactivate an opponent's lightsaber in canon are Yoda, who deactivates Ventress lightsabers in the first episode of the Clone Wars, and the son, who deactivates the Jedi's lightsabers on Mortis. Yoda is one of the greatest Jedi Grand Masters of all time, and the son is basically a living embodiment of the Force. So Ahsoka is an elite company, but one of the most unique pieces of information about Ahsoka Tano is her complete understanding of the runic language Katat. To many, this is just another language used in the galaxy, but for those in the know, Katat is the language that the Sith used to communicate with one another secretly all the way into the modern day. During the last episode of the 2nd season of Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka is able to read some Katat words when they visit a Sith temple. How she learned this, we have no idea, but she is one of the few Jedi that were able to comprehend and read this ancient language.